Let's get started, because I want to give our speakers as much time as they can to talk today. The Writers' Conference. Each year's writers, readers, and creatives from around the globe converge in San Miguel to share ideas, build connections, and be inspired by the power of storytelling at the San Miguel Writers' Conference and Literary Festival. This year, the theme will be Our Stories, Doors to the World, with keynote speakers as illustrious as Abraham Verghese, right? Yeah. Your love? Okay, well, let him know. It will be spotlighted. It would also spotlight the Giller Award. It's funny, I'm telling you, Robin actually does she writes it out for me, so I don't even know why I'm messing it up. It's just fun to do. Canada's first word in fiction, as well as The Big Read, America's Read, a Mexican Fiesta, a bookstore, and a marketplace of local indigenous artists, craftspeople, and nonprofits. Here to tell us more about it today is Susan Page and Jodi Pincus. Susan Page, founder of the Writers' Conference 21 years ago, and was the executive director for the first 18 years, overseeing its growth from a small local event to a festival that puts San Miguel on the literary map of the world. She is the author of 5 popular books, and she runs several nonprofit organizations. Jodi Pincus is a seasoned leader in driving impactful social and environmental initiatives. With more than 20 years of nonprofit management and experience, Jodi has developed an award-winning program recognized nationally and internationally, including innovative models that create opportunities for unserved communities. So please, she's also a poet. So please help me welcome both of them to our podium today. Let's give them a big round of applause. Susan?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reading and writing are essential. And we founded the Writers' Conference 21 years ago out of that conviction that literature touches our souls, it entertains, books feed us, reading and writing contribute to a greater understanding of ourselves and others. And it is this conviction about reading and writing that drives all of our programs. The word author comes from the Latin word auctus, which means one who causes to grow. So this next conference will be our 21st annual event. As Joseph said, we have put San Miguel on the literary map of the world and are pretty much the premier cultural event that happens in San Miguel every year. We bring some $3 million into the economy of San Miguel during the week of the conference, if you count all the restaurants and taxis and shops and hotels and so on. Last year, some 1,500 people participated in the conference. We had 11 countries represented among the attendees. And many of these people purchased full packages, but many people who live in San Miguel pick and choose and just come to the famous keynote speakers in the evening. But so if you live in San Miguel, it's a little hard to have the concept to take a chunk of 5 days out of your San Miguel life and come to the entire conference. But really, that's sort of a shame because the entire conference is fantastic. And it's a little bit like summer camp for grown-ups because of the atmosphere, the mix of cultures. In the morning, when people who came to learn writing skills are in their workshops, we have a series called The Pleasures of Reading, which is aimed at people who didn't come to learn to write, but who are avid readers. And those are literary topics that are very exciting. So that gets the day started, and there are all kinds of activities all day long. we have many stories of writers who have gotten over their writer's block, have learned important skills, come out of the week inspired to continue their writing. Many writers will tell you how encouraging and exciting it was for them to be part of this week. The workshops, the faculty is world-class university professors and seasoned teachers. Last year, 2 of our attendees actually signed with an agent. That's rare. Part of our program is agent pitches with live sessions where authors can pitch their books. Our event is distinctive in 2 important ways. We are tricultural because we are a conference of Canadians, U.S. people, and Mexicans. We're fully bilingual. All of our events in the ballroom are simultaneously translated. And the other distinctive feature is that we combine a writers' conference with a literary festival. Many of those events are separate literary festivals where famous authors come and read, but they don't have workshops for writers, and a lot of writers' conferences don't feature distinguished authors. So we do both, and it makes it a very rich week. We pretty much have something for everyone, beginning to mid-career to seasoned and published authors, and readers who are just getting excited about books to people who have read practically everything that's ever been written. And some people come just to soak up the atmosphere. So I want to turn this over to Jodi, who is she's been the executive director for her 2nd year now. She's fantastic. She has a great spirit of innovation. She has wonderful ideas. She's very good on collaborative leadership, and we could not be happier to have her and be working together with her.
Thank you, Susan. I get the pleasure of working with Susan every day, so we're good co-partners. So this is just a quick thing about the date of the conference, where you can find us. And just to echo what Robin said earlier, if you're not signed up for our newsletter, go on our website and you can sign up, because every week we tell you about different things that are going to be happening at the conference, as well as other literary information, as well as information about our literary partnerships in Canada, in the US, in Mexico. We've built, I think we have over 20 partnerships now, and we co-support each other, so we're really about collaboration. And we are piloting and we are launching our first virtual course on October 10th. So a newsletter went out. It's about how to unblock your creativity. It's a 5-session course. So if you're, wanting to unblock that creativity and get some support, you can also get on our virtual workshops, and we'll be doing those throughout the year. So, we have big goals at the Writers' Conference. Big goals where we want to be the best literary conference in the world, okay? And why not? Because look at our location, San Miguel de Allende. It's a beautiful, magical spot. That's why we're all here. And we want to be diverse. And we want to represent voices and lift up voices from all over the world, where agents come to our conference because they know they're going to find the best talents. Where people come to our conference because they're going to hear the most incredible keynote speakers, and Susan's going to share more about them later. But this year, the 2026 conference, we have an incredible lineup of keynote speakers, and incredibly global and diverse. So we want to be a place where everyone is welcome, where people feel a sense of belonging, whether they're 5 years old to 100 years old and beyond. We are for everyone, and we're doing it. Okay? Last year, we expanded our Spanish speaking program considerably, and this year, even more, and I'll get into some of the details of that. So we have a goal to really honor our location in Mexico and to become more expansive in the local community as well as the national community. And as Susan mentioned, we had 11 people from 11 countries around the world, and next year we'll have more. So we have a real emphasis and goal and vision to bring people here in this magical environment. And we're really rooted in values. So we have a wonderful board of directors. We have an advisory board. This year we have our first outreach and inclusion committee to achieve some of our goals. And we have an incredible just team of worker bees that Susan and I are part of. And together we came up with these values that guide everything we do, from the board to the attendees to the volunteers, because it starts with us. And I think it's very much in line with what I'm hearing about Rotary today. So we're about community, whether it's local or global. You know, we're not a corporation. We are a nonprofit. We're here to connect with the community and engage. We're about connecting in a world that is so disconnected, right, where people are lonely. We believe that connection is the way to break barriers, get to know each other through storytelling. And so much of our event, whether you come to one keynote or you come to the whole thing, or you just come to some of the free events, we've set up an environment. I don't know how many of you came last year, but even on the lawn outside at Real de Minas, people were lying and chatting and eating and journaling, and there was so much just going on at wherever you went to connect with people. And we're deeply about inclusion, and that takes intentional effort, right? We can't just say we're about inclusion and we're going to change the diversity of the conference. That doesn't happen. You have to put it out there, and you have to do things like start an outreach and inclusion committee, invite diverse keynote speakers, think about what faculty we have and who they're going to appeal to. So it really takes an intentional approach. We embody a culture of excellence. Our team members are outstanding, and whatever we do, you know, reflects on ourselves. And so we do it by embodying that. We want to celebrate Mexico and San Miguel, so everything we can do to do this. And then I love that you guys added as your fifth, what is it called, truth test factor, whatever, right? You guys added fun. And, you know, I moved to San Miguel personally because I didn't want to do the same old BS in the U.S., right? I wanted to have fun in the workplace and bring joy. And everybody kind of infuses that spirit, and that spirit infuses our conference. So I'm going to hand it back to Susan, who's going to tell you about our incredible lineup.
So we've made our reputation on being able to draw the finest, most distinguished, most popular, best-selling authors to San Miguel. Part of it is San Miguel. Calvin Trullan told me, well, if your conference were in Youngstown, Ohio, I wouldn't come. But I'll come to because it's San Miguel. So that's part of our draw. We've had everyone from Barbara Kingsolver and the poet Billy Collins. When we were virtual during COVID, we had Tom Hanks and Matthew McConaughey. The list of distinguished, we had Judy Collins, the singer. Gloria Steinem came one year, and so on. And this year is no exception, because we were able to engage Abraham Verghese, who wrote Cutting for Stone and his recent epic novel, The Covenant of Water. Rebecca Quang, who writes under R.F. Quang, is an astonishing novelist. She treats very important, deep subjects in a very readable way that includes mystery and plot twists, and she's just an excellent writer, and she treats her 3 books, most popular books, although she's written others, are Babel, Yellowface, which is all about the publishing industry, Babel is all about the use of language. And now her most recent one, I'm just starting, and it's about magic. It's about a lot of other things, too. And she's a delightful speaker. Myra Common, we are thrilled to present her. If you're not familiar with her work, she writes and illustrates everything. So her books are full of these absolutely charming, sort of naive, wonderful illustrations, along with her stories and philosophies that accompany them. We're just thrilled that we were able to get her. Yasnaga Aguilar is an indigenous poet and writer from Oaxaca, and she's got a very big reputation in the Mexican community. She's quite a remarkable woman in a lot of ways. We're just thrilled to be able to present her, and I think it's the first time probably in 21 years that we've ever presented an indigenous writer. Hello, it's about time, huh? Emily St. John Mundell is representing our Canadian contingent, and she wrote Ocean's 11. She's written, again, a lot of novels and memoirs. Station 11 was also made into a series, and it's about the world after a horrible pandemic. It's quite an amazing read. Andres Neumann is another very distinguished Mexican writer. He's actually Argentinian. And is an essayist, novelist, and very philosophical writer. And again, we're very. And then Chimamanda Adichie is Nigerian. She wrote Americana, which was all over the bestseller list several years ago, but she's a prolific writer. And her most recent book is called Dream Count. And then because of our close connection with Canada, we, for several years now, 5 years or 6 years, we connect with the Giller Foundation. The Giller Foundation awards one of the most prestigious prizes in all of world literature. It's $150 if you win it. And the short list people also win money. And whoever wins the Giller Foundation, they have an arrangement with us that person will come down and speak at our conference. So it's a very close, warm, collaborative connection with Canada. The winner of the Giller Prize for this year will be announced in November. So we don't know who that person is. Now take a look at how diverse our keynote speakers are. It's one of our values to embrace inclusion and diversity, and boy, have we achieved it this year. We have an Indian. Rebecca Quang is Chinese. Myra Common is a nice white American woman. We have the indigenous writer. We have a Canadian, an Argentinian, a woman from Nigeria, and another Canadian. Pretty good, huh?
Thanks, Susan. So I just want to highlight different things that are happening at the conference that you won't want to miss, besides the panels and keynote speakers. So we have this thing we brought last year called discussion circles, where we take a hot topic and anybody can come, it's free, and you discuss it, whether it's about AI and literature and the ramifications, or cultural appropriation, or different hot topics that are facilitated. Because we didn't want people to just present to all the time. We wanted people to engage in discourse and dialogue and divergent thinking in a respectful way. We also are going to have, for the first time, It's usually a paid event, and this year we're making it unpaid, and it's our Poetry Circle evening. It will be around a bonfire in Real de Minas where we'll have singing, and people can bring poems to read, their own or their favorite poem. And we did it at Susan's house with a very small group last year, and it was incredible, so we wanted to open it up to everybody. We have the big read. We choose a book of the conference, and everybody reads it before the conference, and then they come on the first day, and in small circles, they discuss the book, and then the author comes for a Q&A. We have agent pitch sessions or consultations with industry experts. If you have an idea, you have a book you want to present, when do you get this opportunity to have a conversation with industry professionals, right? And we have about 16 coming, okay? So there's a lot of opportunity for that. We have opening and close. We like to have fun, so we have parties. We have opening and closing, receptions. We have our Mexican fiesta, but this year we're doing a different take on it. We want to show all that Mexico has to offer. That's not, your traditional Mexican party that you go to a resort and see, but something that gives you, look at all the amazing food. How many of you have been to Taste of San Miguel in Parque Juarez? So it will be something that just really is an elevated experience and something different. If you've come year after year, you're going to get a different experience. We started last year affinity groups. So we have so many people that come from outside of San Miguel who may not know anybody and are overwhelmed. It can be overwhelming when you go to a conference and don't know anybody. So the first day, they can choose to have lunch. Maybe their affinity group is fiction. Maybe it's retired writers. Maybe it's LGBTQ. And we have different affinity groups, and they go off to lunch. And then throughout the week, they have a touch point and connection. And we got a lot of feedback that people loved that and just wanted more opportunity for meetups. So we're going to have an informal meetup program this year where participants can say, hey, I'm going to go on a morning walk. Anybody want to join me? And this year, actually, we do have a structured morning walk and write that's also free to the public, where you can wake up early, meet Judith Hill, our poet, our resident poet, and go on a morning walk with her and write poetry. Or we have free yoga if you want to wake up and do some yoga. We also have a wellness area where we have sound healing and yoga and reflective things throughout the day. So it feels like a retreat, even though it's a conference, because that's part of the specialty of San Miguel. A marketplace where you can buy something like this, our logo, or other indigenous crafts. And NGOs also have their tables. We have an incredible bookstore featuring all our keynote speakers and local authors, and our faculty have their books there. Free open mic sessions, the Americas Reads. It's just a very rich week. So come to a couple things, come to everything, make it your own, but come, because you really, last year it was like there was a magic and electricity there that I can't explain. And it's really incredible. And I just want to highlight our Spanish-speaking program because we have programs for everybody. So this year, we have our first kids program. We're going to have a kids writing program and a kids show with families. The show is going to be free. And then we have our teen creative writing program where 60 teens from all around San Miguel come for 3 days. And they do an incredible workshop, and then they put their work into a contest, and they could win a computer. And it's presented to them by a famous author, and they get to read in front of a famous author. We have a university scholarship program where 25 university students from around the area will come and participate in workshops and keynotes and all the events. And then this year, for the first time, we have an emerging writers program, and we're partnering with the state of Guanajuato, with the Ministry of Culture, and they're going to choose emerging writers in the state to come and get a full package at the conference. And then we're going to also open up some emerging writers packages we had a contest, and so those folks that didn't win the contest will get to come at a much, much, much discounted rate to the conference. And then the contest winners, both on our English and Spanish speaking side, get a full works package to the conference. And then on Saturdays, we have bilingual teen workshops because I know my teens are bilingual. I have teenagers, and they get to come and participate in Saturday workshops. And so we're really trying to, be local and global and engage the community at all different levels and really promote literature and writing as a creative passion of connection, of storytelling. And Susan.
So we've started a program last year of outreach to other writing communities, and it's been very successful and exciting. So we partner with, for example, the Santa Fe Literary Festival in Santa Fe. We promote their event, and they promote our event to their community. And then we do exchanges. We go to theirs. So Jodi and I went to the Santa Fe Festival last year, and they send people to ours. We're doing this with numerous groups. Our partnership leader, Carla, is reaching out to groups all over the globe where we will do partnerships and exchanges with other literary organizations. Very exciting. And it just expands our profile, expands our reach all across the globe. We're really becoming a global organization. We invite local businesses to become sponsors of the conference. It's very easy. It's very affordable. We give you, your business, lots of visibility all over social media, all over our website, our newsletters, in our print journal, on a video loop as people are entering the ballroom. So you get a lot of visibility if you become a sponsor. And it's very affordable and gives you great visibility and is a big support for the conference.
It supports, a lot of our Spanish-speaking program is all free or heavily subsidized, and then we have all the free events. So tickets don't cover the cost of all that we're doing. So that's why we really need sponsorships.
Sponsors and patrons. We could not run the conference without our patrons. We have a fabulous patron program. Any patrons who've participated in this will tell you, do it. Because our patrons get a VIP seating in the crowded ballroom. You get to sit in the first few rows in the ballroom for all these crowded keynotes. We have a patron hospitality lounge all week that the patrons love to mix, and it's a little home base for them during the conference. The patron badge admits you to everything, and all the social events, all the keynotes, all the panels, everything. And then there's our patron thank you event. Traditionally, it has been a dinner, a lavish dinner with entertainment and so on after a keynote speaker at night. But it gets a little bit late. And this year, we are doing a different event. We're so excited about it. It's going to be on Saturday afternoon, and it will be held in Cañada de la Virgen. Under the Otomi sunshine, in a beautiful, vast, gorgeous setting in this big, beautiful, vast valley of Cañada de la Virgen with the silhouette of the pyramid in the background. The feast will be based on indigenous recipes, and also fine artistry, cuisine artistry, of course. Delicious. And we will present a program including pre-Hispanic music and entertainment and information based on the whole indigenous history of that area. It's going to be a really special event, memorable and unforgettable. So we encourage people who, if you come to the conference, it gives you the most high-level experience of the conference to become a patron. It's very exciting, and we can't do it without you. So please consider it. Our volunteer program is huge. We have some 90, I think, to 100 volunteers. What? 140? Oh, God. So, who, of course, we couldn't operate the festival itself without these volunteers. They manage the workshops, they greet you, they run around and make sure the microphones are working, they do all of those kinds of things. And volunteers receive benefits. They get some free tickets to keynotes. So it's a really wonderful program for people who live in San Miguel and can't really quite afford the packages, and they come and volunteer, and they get to participate fully in the conference. And if you're a Literary Sala member, you get a 10% discount on all the tickets. The Literary Sala is the umbrella organization that operates the Writers' Conference. We also operate, as you may know, a bookstore, our wonderful bookstore in the Aurora Hacienda, and we have several other programs that we run under that umbrella of the Literary Sala.
Thank you all. Feel free to contact us if you have questions. Do we have any time for Q&A or? Okay, are there any questions?
All right, we got time for a couple of questions. I'm going to start over here.
One of the volunteer activities that you have that doesn't get a lot of notice is the hosts. We have been a host for different kinds of writers, agents. This year we're hosting an publishing executive. So if this sounds like something that you would like to do, please do it. It's a magnificent opportunity.
Thank you, Joyce. Again, we couldn't run the conference without our hosts. What if we had to put all of our keynote speakers and our faculty? How big is our faculty? It's about 50 people, some 60 faculty members. What if we had to put them up in hotels? We couldn't do it. So all these wonderful hosts who provide accommodations for our faculty and our keynote speakers. Thank you for pointing that out, Joyce. And thank you for being, thank you.
I just wanted to say something that happened last year. I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I've been making films about the migrants. I've made a film called Where Can We Live in Peace? And just as the conference was starting last year, USA did its cuts, and the salaries of a lot of people working at the ABBA house where I'd been filming were cut. So I thought, we've got to have a screening. And so I went and booked a place, and I ordered 30 chairs because I didn't think many people would come. And then I went to these wonderful people, and they let me advertise all over the conference that it was happening. Susan spoke about it from the stage. And so we had the event, and I think maybe 300 people came, and we only had 30 chairs.
All right, we have one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up here. Sorry.
I just wanted to make a quick clarification because the translation didn't do it. And that is that what struck me so much about the Giller Prize, it's $150,000. And that compares, it didn't catch it up there. And that's in comparison to the Pulitzer, which is $10,000. So it's really, I heard that years ago at the conference with the Giller, and I was like, whoa.
Thank you, Gail.
Yeah, thank you, Gail.
150,000. I forgot that
That's right.
word.
Well, I want to be able to give you guys a little something to take with you. I know you probably already have one of our mugs, but you do not have one of these. This is a rotary hot plate. I don't know what we're going to call these, but what is it? So you can maybe chip out a tile at your house and then put this in. And okay.
Oh,
all right. Can we get
thank
a
you.
photograph of everyone? And we're going to wrap this up. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.